Thanks for your speech, Minister. Claire Armstrong from News Corp Australia. There are a lot of financial incentives for the sort of mass re-engagement we're seeing from across the board in Australia from the businesses, with China, from businesses wanting to make use of trade barriers easing, universities wanting students, state premiers lining up to travel to China. It seems the adage once bitten, twice shy does not apply here to some of those institutions' engagement with China. So what is your government going to do to ensure that they aren't as exposed to retaliation as we have seen over previous years? For example, would you consider ever allowing a state to sign another BRI, or are those days past us?
There's quite a lot in that.
Sorry.
All right, so I might go backwards. The first thing is on BRI. Obviously, we have the foreign arrangements, a regulatory scheme, which would mean that would come to the federal government. It's likely to come to the federal government for consideration. So, and we would assess it in terms of Australia's national interest. But more broadly, I'd make this point: what can we do? What I've tried to do, and what I'll keep doing, is outlining, explaining and articulating what I see as the future as opposed to the past of our bilateral relationship with China. That I have been very clear that we seek to stabilise the relationship. I think both countries know we are not going to go back to where we were 15 years ago. The point I made in the speech about various domains, here strategic and economic, coming together, remains. So what I described as how things were under Mr Howard, where you could have your strategic relationship with the United States and your economic relationship with China, and the world stayed separate. We don't live in that sort of world anymore. I've also made I've made it very clear that I think smart businesses understand the importance of resilience, understand the importance of diversification. Many have diversified. Many industries and sectors have taken the opportunity have taken the circumstances of these trade barriers, trade impediments, to diversify. And I think that is a smart thing to do. Having said that, as I also said in the speech, numerically China is likely to remain our largest trading partner in aggregate. We've made clear to the Chinese government that we do not think that the current trade impediments are justified, and we hope that the process of Australia suspending its current action before the WTO and the process of dialogue gives a pathway for that to be resolved. And we hope, if that is the case, that same pathway can be applied for wine.